Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's program. We'll be talking about finance. We have our guest here today. They'll be sharing their experience. Again, this is just personal experience from the past and giving us some advice on what to do in financing. Today we'll be discussing, the basics, the part one, and we'll talk about some terminologies in financing to include the definition of income, budgets, expenses, what is savings, right? We'll talk about all of those before we move into the program proper. So I will welcome my aunt, my mom. She's Reverend Mrs. Rita Orobator, and then to her left is
a childhood friend.
A childhood friend. Mrs. Esther Irabo. All right. Thank you very much and welcome to this show. Just go ahead and introduce yourself, Mrs. Irabo.
Thank you for having me. My name is Esther Irabo. I'm married with 3 kids and we bless God for the gift of life. Thank you for having me on your platform.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. And let's go ahead and ask our mama in the house to introduce herself as well. You all know her, but again, yeah.
Hallelujah. My name is Reverend Mrs. Rita Orobator, your prayer partner, of course you know, in IPOT platform, IPPOT, Interdenominational Prayer Platform of Truth.
Thank you very much and welcome to the program. So again, like I said earlier in the introduction, we'll just be talking about the part 1 series. Again, there will be series of these coming up in the future, so please watch out for those, okay? Mrs. Irabo, can you please share us, what do you understand by what expense is? What are expenses?
Thank you very much. Once again, thank you for having me on your platform. So we were discussing and we came across finance, and all over the world, finance, money is the same everywhere. So we just wanted to share a thought or two concerning that. So you just asked me what expense is. So expense in the simplest language, simplest way that I can put it, is the money that goes out from you. The money that you spend is leaving your account, it's leaving your hand. So it's coming out from you to whatever you are using it for. Either right now, well, expense, we're not going to categorize just yet, but simple term, the money that leaves your hand to whatever you're spending it for.
Awesome, thank you very much for that. And again, that would mean that the opposite of that is income, right? And what would be income?
Like you said, opposite of it. So income will be the money that comes to you. So you work, you're being paid salary, that's your income. You do services for people, you render services, and it comes. There are people talk about different kinds of income. All that put together, whatever is coming to you, can be more than 1, 2, 3, but they are all coming to you, coming to your account. You are being paid, it's coming to your hand. That would be income.
Awesome, thank you very much. So now that we've talked about income and expense, so what comes in, what goes out, would it be okay for us to have like a budget? What is a budget?
Okay, income, expense, budget. I look at budget as a guide. It's like a map, a road, something that will direct you. Does not necessarily mean that what you budgeted is what you're going to spend. Budget is just to help you plan. Mm-hmm. So just to help you plan, like example, let me say I want to go on a trip and I want to give myself a budget. I want to say, okay, I want to spend like $5,000 or I want to spend $2,000. Well, not necessarily that I will spend the whole 5,000 or 2,000, but I have a plan. So if I say 2,000, then I should be making all my plans towards that 2,000 to see what I will end up with. That's the way I see budget.
Can I quickly comment to ask this question? Is budget important in one's life or in a family? Must we go into budgeting or budget money?
Yeah, I would say budget is very important. There's a popular saying that when you fail to pray or when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So a budget is, like I said, it's like a guide. So if you plan,
it means it's very important.
It's very important. So when you have a budget, it will guide you. So if at the end of the month we have budgeted, we are going on a plan, on a trip, and we have budgeted, 3,000 is what we are going to spend. And now we are bringing all this stuff that is going to be 10,000, 3,000. So budget will help you. It's just like a guide. It's like a plan. It will help you and it will direct you. So it's very important.
It means it's wrong of any family not to have a budget.
I would not necessarily say it's wrong, but I would say it's a good habit. It will be something good for you to practice because it's going to help you plan what you have. So that's why you are budgeting. Sometimes when you don't budget, like the in our popular language, anywhere belle face, you just go, you do whatever you like. At the end of the day, you may not discover that, I even spent money that I don't have. That's because you didn't budget. So I will not use that word wrong, but it will be a good plan. It will be a good habit if it's something that you do.
So I guess where we draw the line is at the point where you find yourself doing impulsive buying, right? Impulsive spending when you didn't plan for.
That will be part of it, because if you plan, and it's one thing to plan, it's another thing to stick to your plan.
That's right. That's right.
So you can actually have a budget and don't even work with the budget. But it will be nice if you plan
and you work with it.
Because it will, save us from some other headaches that, like impulsive buying that you said, it will save us from the headache of the results or the effect of that in future.